All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game, a human versus human mirror match, Lemes versus Scars. We have Lemes spawning as the pink human on the bottom right-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Scars spawning as the purple human on the top left. Interested to see what these mid-level play or well, when I say mid-level, I don't really mean mid-level. It's just like what minor league players like these guys are still gonna like beat me any day of the week, but really interested to see what types of strategies are trickling down and what types of styles will be played out. Scar is opening things up with Rifle Paladin. So Rifleman Paladin, a very popular combination normally against Undead, and it's actually gonna be a Rifle Paladin mirror match. This is not something I think I've ever cast in the past. So Paladin followed up with perhaps a Blood Mage, but with both sides going for the same strategy, normally, well, it doesn't really work out this way. So I am curious as to how things are going to unfold here in just a moment. Heroes are already out here on the battlefield, 2-minute 30-second mark to begin creeping, as opposed to the typical 2-minute mark, as there is a little bit of a delay trying to get that Barracks, Ultra of Storms, and a Blacksmith down in time. Alright, this is not going to be a typical play whatsoever. Paladin does already have Holy Light on both sides. No big surprises there. Pink a little bit further on experience. However, well, we're going to be looking at Scars going after a little bit more difficult of a creep camp. We can see that there is a Devotion aura already on Scars' units. No Holy Light as that first ability. And while trying to just move back with those low units there. Scars does have that Forest Troll Shadow Priest down here onto the battlefield. And now we'll be able to start using that Holy Light, but that additional armor really reducing the amount of damage they currently take. Alright, there goes a couple of units already, as both sides are going to be playing this creeping game early on. Paladin and Rifleman not known to be the fastest units out here on the battlefield, so I would not be surprised if both of these heroes actually got to level 3 before the other player, before they engage against the other team. Now, we are looking at this creep camp here. It looks easy, but there are a couple of hidden rogues and brigands right there. Quick damage being done to that rogue already. Trying to finish things off. Ring of Superiority, getting in a little bit of additional damage here, as some, well, damage from that brigand is just currently spreading around. Both sides having similar sized armies so far, 17 supply compared to 16, as we are looking at this Forest Troll Shadow Priest being the main difference here. Both sides will be getting up to level 3, and with that, we'll see when the first unit is actually going to die. That 400 hit point heal making such a big drastic difference in the early stages. Trying to go straight after that Kobold Geomancer with that medium armor, and going to take it down quickly, picking up a Tome of Strength. Meanwhile, off to the north, we already see the level 3 Paladin of Scars looking around, wandering its way through, as Lemes also has level 3 as well. Level 2 Holy Light on both sides. Both sides now checking for potential or possible expansions. That's what this illusion did earlier, as the tech to tier 2 is currently halfway done for Scars. Meanwhile, 3/4 of the way done for Lemes. There is an Arcane Tower currently up, but that's not going to be very effective against those riflemen there. Forest Troll Shadow Priest could end up taking some well feedback damage. Not quite sure why it isn't getting a better target, as that Forest Troll Shadow Priest is, well, an easy target right there. Yeah, removing all of that mana pretty much in no time flat, as that Forest Troll Shadow Priest now being forced to try and fight back. Meanwhile, looking at Lemes, Holy Light trying to save up that rifleman here. Are we going to see perhaps a unit getting lost here? And one more Holy Light. Yes, Holy Light is going to be in time, and this is a mirror match that you rarely get to see. Both sides fighting their way through. No easy ways to stun. More riflemen for the pink, as Scars now trying to return back. Are we going to get a surround with riflemen? Yes, we are. That is going to be a surround with riflemen right there. Paladin now looking to back up here. What's going to end up going down? Is this Paladin, or is that, yes, going to be able to stay alive? Yes, it will. Then this is not looking good whatsoever. Scroll of Town Portal and just so much additional armor. Scars may be forced to use a Potion of Greater Healing. Does use the Potion of Greater Healing, but there's another heal right there, and now the timing is going to be absolutely key. Are we going to see a Scroll of Town Portal? Yes, we are. Holy Light is still in time. just enough mana, burning through all of his mana, but, well, being able to force a potion of greater healing and a scroll of town portal in order to get away. All right, that additional little bit of armor from that devotion aura, coupled with the bonus damage, all of that right there just working to absolute perfection. Ring of Protection +5 on that Paladin, who now has north of 12 armor already. We should be looking at, well, a siphon mana into that Paladin now, who needs to do a bit of overhealing on these remaining riflemen too. All right, we're going to pick up a Manual of Health. Yep, Paladin already up to 900 hit points, as the Militia going to make its way over and perhaps set up the expansion. Off to the north side here, a Blood Mage is getting trained up, a little bit delayed, no surprise, as the Paladin trying to, well, just keep a little bit of distance and still heal up off of that Scroll of Regeneration. You have to be careful, though. That Brigand does switch targets, or I believe it does switch targets, as we're looking at the Rogue Wizard now getting taken down as well. Slight advantage for the pink team so far, as that Blood Mage has already out on the battlefield, able to siphon mana, keep things going, as that Paladin now going to be able to pick up a health stone as well. That is going to be some major well, ability to heal, as the Paladin is just getting every item under the sun, and, well, just looking to be very difficult to finish off. Both sides getting ready to engage here. Healing Ward up on high ground. That's going to be a big deal. Siphon mana on both sides. Well, quickly taking down that Healing Ward, as the Paladin is going to doing a little bit of healing on both sides here. And is this the unkillable army? What happens when an unkillable army goes up against an unkillable army? Well, units get shot in the back as that rifleman gets taken out. All right, still fighting their way through. Paladin needs a little bit more mana go. Blood Mage now needs to retreat back. You can see this weird chain of effect here. Paladin getting drained constantly. Blood Mage going to continue to fight here, try to retreat back and break that connection. Scars with those healing wards, though, has the stronger army for now, as Lemes is going to be forced to fall back once more. Health Stone versus Healing Ward. Difficult to say which was the better item, but definitely Scars getting a momentary advantage because of those Healing Wards being able to pick off one rifleman there. Coming back through level 2 on that Blood Mage, but currently low on mana. Wants to perhaps try and drain some mana from some other targets. There is an Ogre Magi off at that shop there. Scars draining some mana from this Ogre Magi. Now could funnel it back into that Paladin, as, well, he's currently upside down on mana. Not quite sure why he isn't. Well, he should be trying to give more mana back to this Paladin here, knowing that he's upside down on mana, and it's not gonna, well, sit in him that long. Back off to the north side here, where there's some more draining of mana again. Ogre Magi now down to 50 mana here. It will get finished off nicely, as the Paladin stays just shy of level 4. All right, Shockwave being thrown down here. More Siphon mana. Blood Mage really needs to funnel that mana back into that Paladin. Allow that Paladin to do its thing. But the Blood Mage is the one that needs the experience. So that's why the Paladin is so far back here. You can see a little bit of Holy Light. Blood Mage still getting in some engagement here. That Healing Ward is not going to last forever, but it is, well, doing its thing so far, keeping that Blood Mage nicely topped off. Khadgar's Pipe of Insight may have been exactly what the doctor ordered, a bit for Scars, as Scars now sees his base get under a bit of duress. But Blood Mage, well, are we going to see some riflemen get shot down? Arcane Tower in the back here. Paladin should be able to easily Holy Light, as we are looking at level 1 Divine Shield over level 2 Devotion Aura. Scars and Lemes finally deviating in hero skills for just a little bit. Both sides are going to fight their way through. There's Flame Strikes now being placed down, doing a little bit of a dance for everyone, as we're going to see one rifleman now getting shut down here. Siphon mana trying to pull that back away. Blood Mage is sitting at level 3 for Scars, and, well, both sides still fighting through here. Level 2 Siphon mana on Scars' Blood Mage, as he came out ahead a little bit with that bit of heavier experience gathering. Another rifleman getting taken out. So Scroll of Protection across Scar's rifleman, adding in 5.5 additional armor on top of the 4 of those riflemen, really making them difficult to finish off. All right, in comes the Mountain King here. Are we going to see a Stormbolt? Yes, finishing off a rifleman before the Scroll of Town Portal whisks everyone away. Lemes forced to use the Scroll of Town portal and retreat back, even though he has the larger army. And taking a look back on the other side here, Scar is also the first one to a Mountain King, able to snipe down 2 riflemen as they tried to retreat back home. That Mountain King stun going to be incredibly important, as Lemes's Blood Mage currently has only level 1 Flame Strike, and level 1 Siphon Mana hasn't gotten to level 3 just quite yet. Alright, still some engagements getting underway here. More Siphon Mana trying to, well, take drain mana from that Ogre Lord. We're going to see a little bit more Holy Light as well. Paladin also has Claws of Attack plus 12. Is that going to be given to the Blood Mage? It will be. Blood Mage now trying to retreat back and says, you know what? I can win in this Siphon. No, he's not playing a double Siphon Mana game. Instead, placing down a Flame Strike underneath there as the Blood Mage now gets up to level 3. Alright, draining that mana now. There's a Holy Light there. Flame Strike now going down as well. And really, the Blood Mage may become the primary hero in the game, and the Paladin rotate into that support position. Even though the Paladin is higher in level, the Blood Mage seems to be key, as there goes a Stormbolt down onto that Blood Mage. Blood Mage could be in trouble. Gonna take a Holy Light here. This Mountain King currently doesn't have that much mana. There's some more Siphon Mana. They're trying to save up some more units. There's a Holy Light saving, and these unkillable armies are just battling it up. Units just simply are not dying. So much healing, and I'm watching 2 Blood Mages trying to siphon mana from different targets while one is getting drained. Just reminds me of my kids' geometry homework right now. Like, where's the acute angle, obtuse angles? Coming back around, level 2 now on that Mountain King. Really, Scar's Scar's having that Brilliant Aura, getting an additional points of mana across the Mountain King and those Paladins every 2 seconds is a very big deal. Lemes is going to perhaps get surrounded. There's a quick Divine Shield right there. Siphon Mana breaking, draining all of Scar's mana onto that Paladin, leaving a Rifleman to die as the units are retreating back again. Alright, little bit of home field advantage by Lemes, as he does have the Arcane Vault and is going to be able to reinforce much more quickly. Also, Scars, however, has superior upgrades. Scars is currently sitting at 2-3 upgrades, 3 additional levels of armor upgrades over his opponent. So you can take a look at the difference in terms of armor and damage reduction. 11% damage reduction compared to a massive 36%. Now remember, if you need to do some quick calculations in terms of how effective your armor is, every point of armor adds 6% effective hit points. So 6% of 535 is how much effective hit points units are getting. Coming back around though, Lemes with that very, very large army ready to come in from behind and cause some problems. There's some stunning as well as the units are trying to retreat back. Flame Strike now going down across the Riflemen as the units are trying to fall back again. More Siphon Mana going back every which way, but a quick Divine Shield stopping that there. Lemes using that body blocking technique by the Paladin to make sure that that Rifleman was not able to escape easily. We're looking at 48 supply compared to 41. Level 2 on the Mountain King versus the Goblin Tinker as the third and final hero from Lemes. That cluster rockets trying to stun down units. Is it gonna be enough? Griffin Riders are 0-3 upgraded, but they're trading up Griffin Riders when your opponent has an army of riflemen just seems like a very, very bad idea indeed, as the units all teleport back off to the north. Alright, Riflemen trying to retreat back here. There's a Flame Strike going down, and all of those Riflemen traveling through the fire and flames, just suffering so much damage. Meanwhile, Lemes's Goblin Tinker gonna get taken out, giving a double level up. Level 5 now on the Paladin and level 4 on the Blood Mage. And it is going to be, in fact, a level 3 Devotion Aura on Scars' Paladin. That means all of these Riflemen are just up to 40% damage reduction. And that is just a massive amount of effective hit points, meaning that the overall heals are going to be that much stronger as well. All right, trying to deal damage to units that have 11 armor and then suddenly have it heal back up for 400 real hit points. That means you have to go through another 40, just a lot more effective hit points as well. Coming back around, we're taking a look at the Paladin now trying to retreat back. There's some more siphon mana going between these units here. Flame strikes at AoE damage just starting to tick away and taking down some of those units. 63 supply compared to 46 as the Blood Mage getting storm bolted. Holy Light trying to siphon or trying to get some mana drained back there as the Goblin Tinker shows back up to the party a little bit late, not able to break that connection fast enough. The Blood Mage wants to be able to land down perhaps a couple of flame strikes on Scars' army, but Scars' army able to retreat back. All right, Lemes sitting with the larger army here overall, but with lower heroes, level 4, level 3, level 1, compared to a level 5, level 4, nearly level 3 Mountain King. Also, hero or weapon and armor advantage generally tipping in favor of Scars. Scars having level 2 weapons and level 3 armor compared to level 2 weapons and now level 3 weapons and level 1 armor. So I guess one total point difference between the two, 4 versus 5 in total upgrades. All right, finally a little bit of break in the action. Both sides trying to figure out what the follow-up play is going to be. Paladin of Scars now buying a Staff of Sanctuary will be able to save some of those other units as the Blood Mage picks up an Orb of Fire. This is interesting. Orb of Fire is normally used against undead, but because of this Paladin matchup, well, Orb of Fire could make a lot of sense here. You're going to see a Holy Light there, and it's not going to, forcing that Staff of Sanctuary, you're going to see that the Holy Light heal was significantly dropped down in how effective it was. Meanwhile, both sides are going to be fighting their way through, perhaps going to try and take down another unit. Goblin Tinker down to dead there, as the Mountain King now gets up to level 3. Mountain King continuing the fight here, but you can see that Orb of Fire suddenly shifting the overall strength and strategy. Brilliant item pickup by Scars, or recognition of what is going on in this game, as the Paladin now gets up to level 5 there. There's another unit getting taken down. All right, Scars, 39 supply compared to 63. Siphon mana trying to get some more mana back into Scars' army here. Both sides still fighting their way through as the Paladin now looking to back up. Who has the larger army? Lemes definitely has the larger army, so with Scars seemingly getting a lot of mileage out of his heroes, as we're looking at another Staff of Sanctuary save there. Blood Mage now coming back around. Siphon mana back into Lemes's Paladin. Paladin will finally have a bit more mana as the Mountain King Blood Mage Paladin combo now looking to retreat back. That sudden addition of that Orb of Fire, forcing units to be teleported back home. There's another rifleman there. We're looking at 3-2 upgrades compared to 2-3 upgrades. Upgrades are even pretty much overall, and it looks like Scars has currently stopped, and so has Lemes. Goblin Tinker currently back out on the battlefield as well, and with, well, Scars not setting up an expo, he only has 4 minutes of mining left here. He has mined a decent amount of gold by avoiding upkeep, but at some point, the hero level advantage that he has over his opponent, it's harder to maintain that. It takes more experience to get from 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5. So we may have equal level experience for at least a little bit of time, as well another rifleman going to get sniped down there. That Mountain King long duration snipe really causing a bit of problems as the Mountain King purposely tries to, well, retreat back here. Are we going to see some more siphon mana here? Yes, we are. Goblin Tinker unable to do much. There's a flame strike. Siphon mana there once more as the riflemen are trying to dance past around all of that damage again. All right. Orb of Fire, going to go ahead and go Staff of Sanctuary, trying to retreat back. More Siphon mana, trying to break those links again. It's 9:35. Do you know where WarCraft... it's actually 6:35 for me. PJ, WarCraft 3 caster is? I'm assuming you're talking about me, PJ. Nom nom nom. I thought you knew. Anyways, coming back around, there goes a bit of cluster rockets again. Paladin now trying to retreat back once more. And Scars, remember, does have the smaller army overall. More siphon mana drained. There's that triangle again as the Blood Mage able to drain a bit more mana. The Blood Mage holding mana is key, but it needs to be in that Paladin or be throwing down flame strikes. There goes another Rifleman quickly getting to get taken down there as Holy Light not able to heal back up that full 400. All right, Blood Mage now trying to retreat back by Scars. 9:36 p.m. All right, well, it's really, really early in the morning for me. Coming back around, units are falling back again. We're nearly running out of gold as Lemes is looking to set up a second expo to continue his economic advantage. Cluster rockets right there. Units still trying to retreat back. Are we going to see a Holy Light save? There we are. Another 400 hit point heal for all of these 11 armored units. All right. So level 3 devotion aura, level 3 armor upgrades, scroll of regeneration, clarity potion now on the Paladin as well to try and top him off. He is going up against Lemes though. Lemes starting to, well, now getting up to level 5 on that Paladin, has level 2 devotion aura as well, and could be getting level 3 Goblin Tinker momentarily. But the key point of the game is he is still maintaining his economic advantage and going to grow it. Scars, however, has now transitioned into a knight. So knights on the battlefield with animal war training because of those griffins, and with Sundering Blades may be able to get in some big damage too. Also, you're probably searching for a Brood Warcaster name. This game is a mess. All right, coming back through. We are looking at perhaps a big Flame Strike going to go down. Now, Flame Strike now going down on both sides. Riflemen's all getting nicely roasted and toasted there. And all these units are going to try to retreat back. Scroll of Protection quickly being used as well as the Blood Mage now tries to fall back as well. No Orb of Fire on Lemes' side. Meanwhile, Scars has that Orb of Fire as, well, Flame Strikes are still coming down. Knights trying to go after some of those easy targets. Another friendly fire kill from that Flame Strike there as the Paladin may end up getting taken down. Paladin does get taken down, and that is a big loss. Lemes losing that Paladin 60 down to 58 supply compared to 55 as the units are going back the other way. There's some more Holy Lights getting shut across as well, and well, another Rifleman gonna get taken down. More and more healing by that level 5 Paladin. Level 5 Paladin trying to drive the point home, finish off more of these Riflemen as they are in a massive retreat. This is going to be the tipping point. If he can take out his opponent before the economic advantage really holds true, that is going to be a big deal indeed. Meanwhile, Knight gets shot down there and taken out as more Knights are trying to come back into replace. Level 4 now on that Mountain King. Perhaps a little bit more experience can be given. Griffins with 03 upgrades sharing the armor type of those Riflemen, really preventing how difficult it is to shoot them out of the sky. Paladin now gets up to level 6. Level 6 Paladin, are we actually going to see resurrection in this game to try and get some more of those units? It does not look like it. It's going to be level 3 Holy Light instead, as a Knight heads over to the Expo to try and clean things up. Mountain King unable to do much there. Paladin is resurrected at the tavern. This corner expansion may be just giving enough of an economic boost to take over the game here, as the Mountain King looking to perhaps finish off another unit. Gonna go after that Blood Mage. Blood Mage is actually gonna be okay for now. He does have a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability as the cluster rockets stun down those Griffins. Level 3 on the Goblin Tinker has been reached. Blood Mage able to stay around a little while longer, as the Paladin could be in trouble, down to 225 hit points. And now trying to retreat back again. There's another Staff of Sanctuary. Blood Mage about to get taken down with a bash in the back. Mountain King down to 41 mana. Needs a little bit more mana there in order to land that Stormbolt, as the Paladin, trying to hide in the very far back once more. All right, Blood Mage, is he going to try and, siphon mana away from any of these targets? There's a bash onto the Tinker. The Tinker does have Orb of Fire, meaning Holy Light is not going to be all that effective against this here. There's another Holy Light, but it is not the full heal. 35% less effective as the Staff of Sanctuary comes across. There's another Staff of Sanctuary coming again. Units simply are not dying. Paladin being forced to try and run around, and the Paladin could get taken out once more. Lemes losing the level 5 Paladin again, and now the Blood Mage or Mountain King getting closer to level 6. Rifleman trying to retreat back. There is not enough gold for a quick resurrection as the Goblin Tinker, is currently nowhere to be found. More Riflemen joining in, and that's just going to walk into a bunch of units here. Knight's going to join in on the targets. Are we going to see some easy kills, some more siphon mana onto Paladin? Paladin doesn't have that much mana, though, as we see another Staff of Sanctuary trying to save up more units. Dual Staff of Sanctuaries and Orb of Fire may have been the difference, or is definitely the difference in this game here, as the Knights are trying to close in on that last Rifleman there. One more attack from the pack. All right, it will end up getting taken down. The Goblin Tinker's rockets not in time to save. 41 supply compared to 47. Lemes still has a lot more workers and getting a lot more economy, going 2 bases compared to 0 as the Blood Mage is looking to get resurrected. All right, trying to finish things off. Scars perhaps wondering why Lemes has not left the game yet after losing his Paladin and the Blood Mage, but that is going to be the GG. 2 unkillable armies going up against each other, and perhaps the Orb of Fire being the difference here and being the game maker. Let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comments below. $5,000 gold difference on top of the nearly 5,000 gold difference lost to upkeep. Yeah, that's a massive difference in overall gold mined.